What's good, y'all, man? Time to react to the game I talked about going into the week. Talked about it yesterday. I had Colorado coming on top. I want to talk about the positives and some of the negatives in this game. Let's get into it. Now, let's start with the negatives. You gave up 449 yards, 292 through the air, 157 yards rushing, and he dominated time of possession, 36-45 to your 23 and 15. Now, the defense first half did not look too good. You know what I'm saying? Cam Miller had a special time. It was 10 of 14, had over 140 plus yards passing, had a couple TDs in there. Second half, they did limit him though. Only 44 yards passing. So that has to be better. You're going to play better quarterbacks. You're going to play better teams because you're playing in the Big 12. You still got Baylor. You still got Kansas. You know what I'm saying? You still got Utah. You got to play Nebraska. You got some tough teams on this schedule. This schedule is not going to be easy. So the defense has to be way better. Offensively, Colorado should be going tick for tack, trying to continue to score every possession. You heard it at halftime. Shador was like, we got to score every single possession on the court. That's a lot of pressure on the offense. What if you don't got it going? What if they creating pressure on you? That part there, that's a lot. That's a burden in on itself. So those are some of my negatives, with Colorado. Offensive line looked better. We'll talk a little about them in a second here. But defense has to be better. I will give them this. The speed to the ball was a lot better. The tackling was a little bit better. But the same problems they had last year. They did not get pressure on the quarterback. Cam Miller was sitting back there, had so much time to throw. They do not have an elite edge rusher. That's going to be a problem, especially when you play these good teams. And they still struggle up against the run. They were 110 plus in that category last year. Does it look a little improved? Sure. But still looks like that's not a top 50 unit rush defense wise. All right, now time for the positives. You got the best quarterback. I'm going to say easily top 2 best quarterback in the game right now in college football. That type of performance, the interception, that was a fluke play. Bounces off his calf, goes in the air. They finna go ahead and score. Fluke play. 445 yards and 4 touchdowns, 250 at the half. Yo, they was slicing and dicing. Shador looks vastly improved. Last year he was great, but I'm talking about he looks elite. He looks like he could be, I say, a top overall pick, number 1 overall. Now, in the offseason, he was kind of seen as a top 5, top 10, but you can see the step forward he's taking, layering the football, being able to get in certain spots, way more big plays this year. Shador looks like the best quarterback in college football. That's how elite he looked tonight. Another positive, this dude right here. Oh my gosh, bro. It was so much fun watching him in high school, and he's doing it both ways again. What the stuff he's doing is on the realm of legendary. When it's said and done, we gonna go back and think Travis Hunter is a college football legend. I don't say that lightly. You know what I'm saying? He was really that good, playing both sides in stellar shape and impacting both sides, making tackles, taking away one side of the field, and dominating on the other side. Let's look at the stats. As you can see right there below me, 7 catches, 132 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That last catch he had for a touchdown, oh my goodness, bro. The contortion of his body in the air, and that was a tight window. That didn't even look open, but the way he contorted his body and snagged it with his hands and the body control, my goodness, bro. Can't coach that. That is just elite talent. So, like I said, he put together, in my opinion, a Heisman-like performance. And he did that week 1 last year against TCU. He got the whole college football world buzzing. My concern is it has to be more than Travis and Shador. One more positive I will say about this team is that they have a lot of weapons offensively, right? As far as the receiving core. You got Travis, Jimmy Horn looked good. LeJontay Webster looked good. They got some guys that can really stretch this field and can make big plays. My concern is running the ball. You ran it 23 times, so you were pretty balanced. Threw it 34, ran it 23. You only gained 59 yards, 2.6. Another negative I have in this one. Who is going to be that guy? Last year, you had a pretty good running back, but he transferred out. So Dalen Hayden, obviously Charlie Efferdahl, that's just not going to cut it. Now, he had some pretty good plays, Efferdahl did in this game, but you need more from your rushing attack. 59 yards and under 60 yards, you're not going to be an elite team doing that. it's just not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't. They gotta improve that. You cannot expect Shador and Travis every single game to put the team on their back. You need other requisite pieces to step up. I didn't really see that. Now, like I said, as far as the offensive line, looked a lot better. The skill weapon stepped up, but your running game has to produce more. So all in all, expect Colorado to get a lot of haterade, especially coming in with, everything that was going on with the headlines and, Deion not liking, certain reporters and not wanting to talk to them. Expect for them to get a lot of, hate. Oh, well, you barely won. You barely beat North Dakota State, who's one of the better teams in the FCS level. You're going to get a lot of that. And I do think, to a degree, Colorado should have definitely won this game by a larger margin. This game should not come down to the last play. You shouldn't be in that type of position with the talent you have at certain positions. But again, this is a team, they had to go through the transfer portal. I think 35, 40 plus transfers that came in. This team doesn't have a lot of camaraderie. They haven't played together. You just have talent at key parts. So for it to look like a team, you have to really build from within. And I think he's doing that with the 2025 class. But Pat Schumer did a good job, I thought, offensively. For the most part in this game, a little bit of questionable towards the end with passing the ball instead of running out the clock. But overall, I give them an A-. They pretty much scored. They controlled this game in the second half when you really break it down. What they were able to do, right? They were up 2017. They was able to, they didn't score that first possession. Defense locks up. They go back down. They score. They controlled the clock, controlled the ball, gave the defense some reps. And the defense, in turn, helped them out. They didn't score until late. They pretty much was producing the second half shutout. So, pretty good job. Defensively, like I said, they showed improvement from last year. But again, my biggest question is, who's going to be the edge rusher? Who's going to create pressure on the quarterback? They did get a sack tonight, but did not get enough consistent pressure. And then at DB, besides Travis, I am worried. You know what I'm saying? They are getting lit up. Like, you look at the game, like I said, over 259 yards passing. That's not going to cut it. You know what I'm saying? These guys are getting burnt. You know what I'm saying? So outside of Travis, they need a CB2 bad. And I said that kind of going into this game. They need another CB2 to kind of step up. The safeties look decent. Shallow had an okay game. But he's gonna bring the punch, bring the hard hits, things like that. But overall, defense gotta be better. You shouldn't be giving up this many points. And it gets no easier. You gotta go to Nebraska next. But overall, solid win. You want to start the season 1-0. It wasn't the prettiest, but this is how you want to start, and Deion's going to be able to go back with his team and be able to correct some things and get some things together, man. So overall, I give him kind of a B. I don't give a high grade on this one. B to B-. I thought it could have been a lot better, but I thought overall they did good, battling adversity, fighting through it, coming together and pulling off the win. Again, this game should not have been close, but I give them that, man. And I think Deion, he's doing a pretty good job, man. Overall with the team. Again, they got some things they got to work out. What team doesn't? You know what I'm saying? But that's my overall take. We'll see. I would say I had a win projection. I think it was like 8 or 9 wins for Colorado. In some parts, they're going to have to get it together. But overall, man, like I said, game balls, Shador Sanders, obviously Travis Hunter, Heisman-like performance. Jimmy Horn had a really good game, nearly 200 yards receiving. And then defensively, they did adjust in the second half. So I give the game ball to the defensive coordinator. In the second half only, not the first half, the second half. But got to be better overall. But that's my thoughts, man. That's my post-game reaction. Y'all comment below. What's your thoughts on Colorado beating North Dakota State 31-26? And is it time to raise the red flags? Is this team in trouble? Will this team surpass 5 wins? Past the projections that FPI and ESPN Bet has on them? Comment below.